All righty, welcome in. It's Hanna Time, Global Sports Broadcasting Network, also with Fox Sports, big Super Bowl weekend. And I'll tell you what, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're in a very special place. We're going to get more into it, but we're still going to talk about the Super Bowl. Yes, this is a Chiefs location, by the way, a watch party. We're going to talk about it if you want to be part of a big weekend with the Chiefs players and watching the game. I'll tell you more about it in a minute here. We're going to give you a 30-second countdown. Cornelius, Brad, Hannah. It's Hanna Time. Coming up in 30. Let's go. All right, welcome back in on Hanna Time on GSPN, and we're live from a very special place. You're like barbecue, right here in the special town of Phoenix, Arizona. Super Bowl weekend, Brashier's Roadhouse, right? Hot food, good food. All right, I got a general manager over here. He's so psyched up because he's a big sports fan, and he wants to talk about his beautiful place here, but also about big football weekend. We got a lot to talk about, but first let's talk about this location. Chiefs fans watch party. We got a lot going on Saturday here at Brashier's at 32nd Street in Indian School. That's the location. You can't miss it, right? The big watch party. Tomorrow, we're going to get Stephon Page, former Kansas City Chiefs, he was a great player for the Chiefs, fantastic player. Other Chief players are going to show up here. So if you're a Chiefs fan and you like some good barbecue and food, Missouri style, maybe some Southern style to it, this is your spot tomorrow. Get some autographs, get some photographs, eat some good food. Then you're going to watch the Missouri basketball game after all the Chief players are here and all that into the night. And then on Sunday, you're going to come back here to Brashier's on 32nd Street in Indian School for the Super Bowl. They got a bar, they got a restaurant, great food, fantastic. All right, so what we want to talk about, too, is the Super Bowl. I got a lot to throw in at you. I had a big show yesterday breaking it down, but I got more to add to it. But before I pop into that, I need to one more time plug it in, and I'm going to get Pete come in here, the general manager from the restaurant here. I got to find my little ad for you guys. Here it is. All right, this is what's going to happen this weekend, okay? Especially tomorrow. All right, I'm going to leave it on the screen for a little bit. You can replay it if you have to, take a snapshot of it, but it's also scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So take note, Chiefs fans or football fans. All right, so there it is, the meet and greet 3 to 5 tomorrow, and then followed up by the Missouri basketball game, college hoops, and then don't forget, come on back in here for a great weekend at this smoking hot smokehouse. It kind of reminds them of a roadhouse. I think I said roadhouse earlier, but it kind of has a roadhouse feel to it, but it is a smokehouse because it's smoky, tasty food. Okay, let's not forget that. But Frazier's is 32nd Street and Indian School. All right, so come on in, Pete. I know you're a busy guy. All right, let me get this off the screen here. All right, here's Pete. Come in closer. We're gonna do a little. You're okay getting this close? Okay,
I'm okay.
All right. First up, I'll talk about your place first, and then we're gonna talk football. All right, that Super Bowl stuff.
Okay, all right. Love it. I'll help. Thank you. So yes, Frazier Smokehouse on once again on East Indian School Road and 32nd Street, right here in Phoenix. Large restaurant, large outdoor patio, plenty of parking. We're open up 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Serving food that's fresh every single day. No meat, no sides are carried over to the next day. Everything that smoker's going 24 hours. We've got fresh ribs. We've got brisket. We have tri-tip turkey, you name it. And all our sides homemade, from mac and cheese to our baked beans to just about everything you can name of that is coming. So we've got the whole state of Missouri here covered. We are serving Kansas City style barbecue along with St. Louis style pizzas, along with St. Louis toasted raviolis, and our homemade dessert, the homemade gooey butter cake.
Butter. Ew. Yes. All right. I mean, it's been a good fattening week with a lot of junk food, but butter cake, I'm gonna have to try. It's Kansas City style, right?
Kansas City style. And
all right. All right, talk about the Chiefs. All right, Kansas City, the Chiefs itself. A lot of people have the Chiefs. And again, this is Pete, general manager here. Okay, they got 2 locations, by the way, so he's a busy dude. He's got to go back and forth. He runs the whole thing, you know. But anyway, you're okay. The Chiefs being a little bit of an underdog, and a lot of people it's like 54 to 44% fans going with the Eagles.
I hear that. And you know what? In my own book, I'm not going to say Chiefs are an underdog. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Mahomes to once again shine. I think that line, it's just a couple points, so they're going to have to make somebody the favorite. I know Eagles had a great season, but I think this is one of the toughest Chiefs teams. I think that Mahomes is back in action. I'm not sure if he's 100%, but he's sure going to look like 100% on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have to see about his ankle. That's a high ankle sprain. That's going to be – I think he'll be fine. But if he gets a little dinged up with that ankle, things can change drastically about his mobility, and then the game changes a little bit too. So it's not Jacksonville anymore.
That's right. You got that right.
But this is a Missouri place, okay? And it's awesome. I mean, the state of Missouri representation here – with their baseball, their college sports, right? All sports itself that they participate. Hockey, the St. Louis Blues, right? But obviously, it's the Chiefs that everybody's in love in here. Going back to the Super Bowl 3 times, this is incredible.
Sure is.
All right, so I'm gonna go through some things here for you. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the screens, and then we're gonna get back into the place. Okay. All right, so on the screen right now, and you can see our general manager here at Brashears. All right, so this is what you're looking at. All right, okay, is you're looking at the draft picks and how this team was built through starters. Okay, and what we're looking at here is offensive players. Okay, we're looking at offensive players, and if you look at the Eagles side. Offensive player, there's only one player, which is Brown, the wide receiver, who is never was drafted. So the Eagles went through the draft heavily. The Chiefs, for a while, were running that way, but injuries and guys getting older, and this is what happens in sports. You got to refurbish, right? A lot of things. And you can see there's a lot of different guys who came from different teams, and they pieced this together to build around Mahomes to keep his. This is their run, and and this is how it's going to be. And they got to find a way they just drafted well on defense, but on offense, this is what it looks like, and it speaks volumes how these 2 teams were built. So whoever wins the Super Bowl, they're all going to lean like, oh, we're going to go with the Chiefs because they built it this way. Or no, we're going to build it through the draft because the Eagles did it that way. And everybody's, last year was the Rams wave, and the Rams stunk this year. But they got their Super Bowl out of it. All right, let's get that off the screen. But that's a pretty good. I like that. I like what I saw there. Your thoughts on that?
My thoughts, I think you hit it completely. The only thing that probably wasn't mentioned is that coaching staff. And I know Andy Reid is just licking his chops going against his former team, who he never won a Super Bowl with. But I think this is his chance to shine. And I think that the coaching is going to have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, Andy Reid has yet to lose to his former team, by the way. Last year, they took out the Eagles. Andy Reid, pretty good, too. So, a lot of things have changed since Andy has been there in Philadelphia, but he needs this one because he's still got 1 ring with all that great success. He's one of the top coaches, winningest coaches, second, whatever, all this active stuff going on. And so with Mahomes is younger. Right. He's got about 10 more years to get a second one, right, if that's the case. But for Andy Reid, how much longer does this guy is going to go? And to get 2 separates you from all those coaches who have gotten – that 1 trophy, and you go to a different category. And even for Mahomes, getting that second Super Bowl trophy means so much more to his career.
That sure does.
All right?
That sure does. Once again, you hit it right across the board. I think that this is going to be one of the more exciting Super Bowls that we're going to be watching. And, boy, it's going to possibly come right down to the wire.
I do have it I do have the Eagles winning though, 30-20, only because on paper, the way I look at it, and it has a feeling of what I saw a couple of years ago against the Buccaneers, where the Chiefs are a good team, but here they'll go again up against a physical defense again. It's just there. The only difference, Tom Brady's not there, but Jalen Hurts is special.
Yes.
He's special, and my analysis is that the Eagles' defense is better than the Chiefs. Chiefs are good. I mean, they're in the Super Bowl.
Right.
But I think they can get the Chiefs off the field, Mahomes, a little bit more than the Chiefs defense can get the Eagles' potent offense off the field. And I think by then it'll start to separate a little bit for an Eagle win. But that's how I see it.
Yep.
All right. That's how I see it. And we're all going to have different perspectives on it. And if Mahomes wins, all right. I mean, it's Mahomes.
That's right. That's right. I'll tell you what. Don't bet against Mahomes. You'll get burned every time, and I think that Mahomes lives for these moments.
All right, so let's roll through some things here, right? I know how much time you got with me.
No, I got about 5 minutes.
5 more minutes. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna read this to you. Okay. All right. So oh, this is all about you. I can read that in a little bit here as I plug you guys some more.
There we go. Thank you.
All right. So So Kansas City, Philadelphia combined for 28 regular season wins, victories, which is 32, including postseason. This is both tied for the second most among Super Bowl opponents. The Chiefs became the third team with at least 12 regular season wins in 5 consecutive regular season. That's pretty amazing when you're talking about Mahomes' run here and Andy Reid, joining the Patriots 8 straight seasons and the Colts with Peyton Manning. So you go figure. Great quarterbacks. This is what you get. Okay. Eagles, who led the NFL with 70 sacks. That's something that we're watching. But on the other side, the Chiefs are second in the league with 55. So, a little bit leaning on the Eagles when it comes to that department. But 55 is pretty good. So something's going to have to bend, or maybe it's just going to be a slugfest, and then we'll find out. But 125 regular season sacks combined is the most ever by a Super Bowl opponents in the Super Bowl. Philadelphia is looking to become the 6th team to lead the league in sacks and win a Super Bowl. So when you think about getting to the quarterback, it's only happened 5 times, and the Eagles are trying to be the 6th team to lead the league in sacks and win the Super Bowl. Right? It's just kind of quirky little stats there, but put that in your back pocket. All right, reading along here a little bit. The Eagles entered the Super Bowl 57 with a single season with 39 rushing touchdowns. That is a factor. And the Chiefs, good defense, gonna have to make sure that stays intact. Okay, they become the 4th team since 1990 to lead the NFL in rushing and win the Super Bowl. Again, another stat that they lead. So when you read these stats, you're like, they're not going to win because they led the league in sacks, and only 5 other teams have won a Super Bowl. And now they're led the league in rushing touchdowns, and it hasn't happened since 1990. So, so if you're playing by the history, this is leaning on the Chiefs' way. So a lot of good fun numbers to throw out there for you. All right, so that's joining the Dallas Cowboys back in Super Bowl 30, and then in Denver won it in Washington. So those are the other teams involved. Andy Reid, 21st career postseasons, trailing only Belichick. Okay, and I want you to respond to this when I'm all done. So whatever I'm saying, whatever is angering you, whoever is pissing you off. Okay, all right, all right. So Andy can join Belichick, Shula, Hallis, and Landry. That's amazing. Andy Reid, do you give him enough love and credit that he's in this category of these kind of coaches? I mean, yes, you're missing like Chuck Noll and other great ones, but Andy Reid's 64 years old, right? 330 days on Sunday. He'll be the 4th oldest coach to win a Super Bowl if he can get there. Sirianni, the coach for the Eagles, is 41, 242 days, and he can become the 5th youngest coach to win a Super Bowl. So there you have it. All right, a couple of more stats, and then I'm going to talk to Pete to sum this up, and then we'll close him out, okay? On Sunday, Patrick Mahomes, 27 years old, 148 days. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, 24 years old, 189 days. And it would be marking the youngest combined of quarterbacks, 51 years and 337 days combined, starting in a Super Bowl. So where are we? This is the new generation, right? Mahomes becomes the fifth quarterback under the age of 30 to start three Super Bowls in 4 seasons. Okay, so that's why winning it can start to talk about dynasty stuff. You gotta win two. To me, dynasties you start talking about dynasties in twos and pairs. When you get above that, then you're in a real dynasty era. But it has to happen in a window that like 4 or 5 years, and Mahomes is right in it. That's why if he can win this one, Mahomes, at this young age, he starts to put himself in this category of these great quarterbacks and these great dynasty teams. But he needs this one and to help those. We just said it. The last 4 seasons. All right, he's been in 3 Super Bowls. All right, Tom Brady, Troy Aikman, John Elway, Bob Greasy. Yeah, Bob Greasy, and well, Terry Bradshaw's not in there. Terry's been in 4 Super Bowls in 6 years, right? All right. So I went through a lot there. What stuck in your mind?
Well, I mean, there's so many stats out there, and you try to foresee how the game's going to go on that. But at the end of it, I'm looking at it like the keeping the team together. I mean, somebody like Mahomes, and you got Kelsey, and you have all those people that have stuck together. And I think that it almost reminds me of the years like when the Spurs always kept Ginobili and Tony Parker and Duncan all together. After time, when you play with those people enough, and when it comes big game time, there's something about the camaraderie. There's something about the closeness you have with those players after years and years and years. I look at Eagles, and I'm seeing a bunch of all-pro standouts on there, and I know they're playing well together. But I think at the end of the day, my money is going to be on the Chiefs.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. And then you become the villain because you've won, and everybody's going to get tired of you. Right. Everybody's going to. Can you live with that, man?
I can live with it. I can live with it.
I've lived with that many years. I'm from New York, right?
Yes.
So I had a lot of Yankee World Series, right? And I would walk in with a Yankee hat, and people would yell at me and tell me. I would hear trash talk.
All the time. I'm sure.
So, but when I would walk in St. Louis with a Yankee hat on, they were actually more respectful. I think they understand, and even Cardinal fans in St. Louis to get that. Yeah. But from Kansas City, are you a Royals fan?
Yes, I am a Royals fan. Yes.
So there was a little rival in the 70s and early 80s with Yankees and your.
Yeah, there sure was. I remember those well.
Okay. All right. So we a little fun there. All right. So before you run out of here,
yes.
let's talk about tomorrow again. Between 3 and 5, Stephon Page, the great wide receiver, guy had some of the great games. He was so dangerous, right? Can you? This is my little challenge for you.
Yes.
Can you recall who were the quarterbacks when Stephon Page was a wide receiver back then?
I would have to say Steve DeBerg.
He good.
Is that one of them?
I'm trying to think if it was Montana one of them.
Oh boy! If it was
I couldn't
for a half a season. Yes.
Okay. All right, but yes, he'll be here between 3 and 5 with other former Chief players. I'm going to talk about it too, but I want to make sure Pete can get out here on time because he's got a lot. He's got to close some places. This is the business, right? But I'm very grateful that you had me here, and I appreciate it.
Being here. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be electrifying over here. A lot of good food out, a lot of great drinks out. We've got the Chiefs players. We've got a lot of energy in here. And if you're looking for something to occupy your Saturday with during big game weekend, this is definitely the place to be.
Right. I mean, from Missouri, or you got friends, tell them about it. They're going to watch the Missouri basketball, college basketball. Yes. And then the Super Bowl. All right, this is a Missouri feel here. Okay, so you're all welcome, right? But but it'd be fun to watch a game with Chiefs fans. And
whether you're a Chiefs fan or not, you're gonna have a lot of fun here tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Pete. I know you got to go.
Much.
All right, thank you. You got it. Oh, all right. So I got to eat some food here. As the cue goes. All right. Hey, what is this right here?
We got some right there. Those are our baked beans. There's about 6 different kind of beans in there with fresh brisket. It's
wow.
Chili rather than just baked.
All right, baked beans, chili. All right.
Great with our homemade cornbread.
I know. Let me see here. All right, I gotta chase a little bit of it. All right, beans. All right, I got a whole plate of some smokehouse food. I'm gonna try to put it up there. Can I? Oh, I don't want to drop it on the camera, right? There we go. Oh, all right. So I got ribs. I got prime rib. I got rib on. I got meat on the bone. I got pork. I got chicken. I got some. I got my toast. Okay. I am gonna eat on the air. I know. One of my pet peeves is never talk to me on the phone and chewing and eating at the same time. I hate it. But I with some meat, man. All right. Oh, okay. 2 bites, right? That's the rule, right? Wow, that's good. All right, easy to chew. Got some ribs here. That's some fatties right there, man. That's a fatty right there. All right, one more time. Mm, mm. Hey, man, they give you some meat on their bones, man. You gotta like that. Hey, if you like your ladies with meat on their bones, you're gonna like this food too, baby. All right, I'm gonna try to get this down. We got a lot of protein there, right? All right. Mm. I tried this mac and cheese. It's really spicy, man. Good stuff, though. Okay. So we're live at the Smokehouse, Brashear Smokehouse here in Phoenix, Arizona, 32nd Street and Indian School. Okay. Tomorrow is the Show Me State Sports Saturday event, the Missouri Sports Celebration. It starts at 3 o'clock, ends, 3 to 7. But former Chief players, a meet and greet between 3 and 5. Then followed up by Missouri College basketball against Tennessee. So watch party all day, meet and greet. And then the Valley of the Sun Alumni Chapter, University of Missouri, will be here also. Former Chief players like Stephon Page, Leonard Griffin, Sherman Cockcroft is going to be here, and others showing up. And some special tequila is going to be here. And come on out, 32nd Street and Indian School in Phoenix. Great. I'm telling you, wow, good food. You ever get that taste and you just want to keep eating? I got it. What I just tasted with some of their food. Okay. All right. So come on out. Address is 3222 East Indian School Road. And don't forget on Sunday, the Super Bowl watch party if you want to be with all the Chiefs fans, all the Missouri fans, come on out. This is great Kansas City barbecue, folks. They're smoking it good too here, Brashears. All righty. And you can follow the ticker along the screen about location and what's going on too. So just read the screen at the bottom of it. All right, let's move on. More Super Bowl stuff. Okay. All right. So Kansas City, third Super Bowl appearance in 4 years, fifth in franchise history. All right. This is all under the Mahomes. Andy Reid, 21 career postseason wins, second most ever by a head coach. Chiefs led the NFL in total offense with 414 yards per game, third in consecutive seasons, and led in scoring offense with 29 points. Okay, so their offense is still there. That's why they're in the Super Bowl, right? The Eagles, though, let's get back to the Eagles and their situation. They have that defense. Can it slow down that Chiefs offense? And I always take a defense over an offense. I always have and always will. All right, so let me give you some numbers here about the Eagles itself. Okay, now look at these and listen to these numbers. I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to tell you it. Okay. All right. So first up, Philadelphia advanced to their fourth Super Bowl. Okay, got one. Sirianni, the young coach, fifth youngest to get to a Super Bowl. Okay, has led Philadelphia to the postseason in each of his first 2 seasons. Eagles have 39 rushing touchdowns this season, including the postseason, most rushing TDs ever in a single season, including the playoffs. Okay, Philadelphia has 77, 78 sacks, but third most ever by a team single season, including the playoffs. Okay, so we got to keep that in mind. And more about the Super Bowl. The Eagles' playoff record is 25 and 24. All right, very average, 500. Okay, and championship-wise, 1948, 1949, 1960, 2017 when they won the Super Bowl, and Now they got another shot at it. Now, the last postseason game they had was they defeated the San Francisco 49ers 31-7. And you know what happened there with the quarterback situation, and they just dominated with their defense. So you know darn well Mahomes can't get hurt. That ankle cannot get dinged up. It's going to really create more problems and give that Eagle defense I mean, they're going to be hungry. They're going to be hungry itself. All right, so let's points per game. The Eagles are going 28 points a game while the Chiefs are going 29. Okay, so you're thinking somebody's going to have to score at least 30 points or close to it, right? Offensively, both these teams are putting up big numbers, right? Obviously, the Chiefs are the number one team overall with yardage. But when you think about points against, like their defense not giving up points, or is the Eagles are only giving up 20 points a game. So somewhere in the middle between 29 and 20 has to give, right? So you're thinking low 20s to mid 20s is where the Chiefs should end up, right? You'd be surprised the way the Eagles defense has played. On the other hand, the Eagles defense has a +8 on the takeaway. Huge part of their defense. And that's why they're so good. It's not because of luck, too. They create the problems. They get to the quarterback, right? All right, so another part, too, their kick returner, Boston Scott. He's averaging 27 yards per return. Okay, what's basically talking about almost a third of the field is already covered by this guy. And if he gets that ball and it's a short kick or a punt, he can be up to midfield just like that. And then you're giving Jalen Hurts a great opportunity half the field, right? So we'll see what happens with the kicking game and kick coverage in this game is special teams, right? Special teams. So the Eagles are good in the turnover section, great in the kick and special teams itself. And they have a good defense. So, folks, and those penalties, too. Obviously, you want to cut down the penalties, but we'll see. For the Chiefs itself, on defense, they're giving up 22 points a game. So you're thinking these are very evenly matched teams when you put it all down on the paper. But I still believe the Eagles' defense has more than enough, to stop Mahomes and get him off the field more often than the Chiefs defense can do for the Eagles. And I think that's why the score will be about 30-20. Not too far off from what I was predicting. But I think the Eagles are the better team. Doesn't mean that you win, but we got to look at it, what we're looking at on the paper right here. All right. Let me get more numbers for you here. 32 combined wins. Oh, we got that already. 51 years. 337 days. This is Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, the youngest combo of quarterbacks, okay? Which one you think would break more? Meaning, you think Mahomes pressure-wise? No. Jalen Hurts, you're all going to think, he's his first Super Bowl. This guy's been through so many college great big games already, right? The pressure. This is not pressure this is not his first football game. For all these young guys, their rookie season, this is not they're ready. So throw all that stuff, that pressure and nervousness. No, that's not happening, folks. There's too many veterans on these teams, right? And these guys have been playing ball already. They're already prepared and ready to go. It's a matter of getting out there, making the contact, and getting those little bugs out, and then game on, okay? And so don't worry about that. But I do say that Jalen Hurts, I'll be surprised if nerves get to him, because he's been through so much adversity already through his college career and also as a professional athlete for the Philadelphia Eagles itself. All right, so let's see here. Regular season history. Overall, the Chiefs have beaten the Eagles 5 out of 9 times, so 5-4. They've won the last 3 times against the Chiefs. Have beaten the Eagles the last 3 times. And last year, the final score was 42-30. This is a different Eagles team, all right? And it's definitely a different Chiefs team, a lot of different players. So for some reason, Andy Reid has the Eagles number ever since he left Philadelphia. He's undefeated, too, so put that away, too. I don't know. Something's got to give, but I do believe it's the Eagles winning this one. And I did mention earlier that most of the players on the offense for the Eagles are through the draft. And for the Chiefs, their offense is run through, like, not all of it's from the draft, folks. There's a lot of players that they picked up, traded for, free agency, things like that, and they pieced it together to build around Mahomes, and they were successful at it. And the question I have is, whoever wins this Super Bowl, our teams and other general managers are going to run to like the Eagles and start drafting and build through the draft, which I would love to see because I believe the draft is your best bet. You just got to draft well. Or do you do it the way the Chiefs had to do it and rebuild and around your quarterback and what the Rams did a year ago? We'll find out. A lot of general managers and teams like to follow a trend. And if the Chiefs win, they're going to follow that trend, the Rams trend, and the past history of teams winning by piecing together their roster, not through the draft. So I'm kind of hoping for the Eagles to pull this off because I like to see the draft being the focal point of it. Because I've always been a draft guy. So we'll see what happens. All right. So, all right. Who do I got here? I got tequila guy. I got my tequila guy. You have something special? Come on, just sit down with me, okay? You're a bit. Let me another guest here for me. I'm gonna pop him on the screen. Come, squeeze in, man. Squeeze in. Come on, squeeze in. All right. Right. All right. Tell me about your product, man. Oh wait, your name too.
Maye. My name is Maye.
All right, Maye.
Yeah.
Look at he's all good. All right, so a tequila bottle, brand name, and all that. Tell me more about it.
Um, the name of the tequila is Maye. It's named after myself. It's just a beverage I put together, a luxury liquid from around America, just to make every moment of the memory.
So, how hard does it make a tequila? I mean, put it all together. I mean, it's a lot more work than just say the way you just put it. You know.
Yeah, man, it took a lot of trips to Mexico for sure. Like a lot of trips, put together ingredients, and I don't know. I feel like I've been drinking long enough to know what I like and what I don't like in alcohol. So I just put it together like that. I feel like I got the smoothest tequila in the world right now.
All right, so you're obviously a tequila guy. All right, so what is it to a tequila drinker or somebody who likes it? What do they look for, and why is this one so different?
Well, this one's different because first, it's the smoothest tequila ever. Like it almost tastes like water, but it's stronger than most of the other tequilas. But it's smoother. Like there's no burn, no ain't. It's not too much of that. It's just just go down real smooth. Very concentrated agave.
All right, so around town, how are we finding it? Is it online? Like, how do we purchase this? And because I have a lot of people who love their tequila and they love. I've hung out with a lot of the people who watch the show and they like to drink. So where are we gonna go to get this, or how do we find it for our party?
Total Wine. It's in a few Total Wine stores. Wild Heart Distillery or mayetequila.com.
Guys, Super Bowl tequila, right? Can't go wrong, right? Is it a clear or is it a gold?
I got clear and I got a pineapple reposado on the way.
I'm a pineapple guy, man. I am.
Pineapples. I like my women taste like pineapples too.
All right. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
One more time, your website, everything to buy online.
My name is Maye. I got tequila. You can get my tequila at mayetequila.com.
All right. Now, who is going to win the Super Bowl?
Eagles.
Eagles. What makes you feel that? Like a lot of people say that.
I mean, come on, man. It's East Coast versus Kansas, man.
You're East Coast guy?
East Coast all day.
Where you from?
I'm born and raised in Ohio.
Ohio?
Yeah.
All right. You're not a Brown fan or a Bengal fan?
Nah, they be choking, man. They choke artists. It's either gonna be the Steelers, Patriots, or Eagles for me.
Oh, steel curtain. This guy's a steel curtain.
It's just real New England. What's it called? New England colonies or something like that. Yeah, somewhat real East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Kansas ain't got the heart for the Eagles.
So you've been going around town and pushing your tequila and things like that. Are you going to be anywhere tomorrow over the weekend? Anything special? Maybe we can plug it in there for you so people can show up and clubbing or anything like that.
Well, tonight I'm with Cardi B at the W. If anybody listening in Phoenix, you want to come down and check that out. Tomorrow I'll be at the Stratus with Lil Baby. I'm gonna have bottles of the tequila there as well. Special discount if you order in bottle service. And yeah, And then next time I see my man, he gonna have a bunch of bottles for y'all too. Say, he can tell you better than I can how it tastes and how it go.
All right, man. I love this guy. He's got a smooth talk about him, but he's got killer in him somewhere. All right, let's do a quick selfie right on the screen here. I know you're liking it. Okay, let me get that right there for you. We got to do a quick. You got it? Get your phone right on that screen there for you. I'm gonna give him a shot right here. There you go. Hey, that's nice. Get your head up, man. We got to see that. There you go, those smiling teeth. All right, man. I'm gonna keep in touch with Roderick, and we're gonna try to find a place to where we can meet up and do a little tasting and bring some people out for you too.
All right. Thank y'all, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, appreciate it. All righty, man. You got it. I'm loving Super Bowl week, man. You meet some cool people, man. Cool ass people. Thank you, guys. All righty. All right, so we'll let you know more about when we can do a tequila party and then do some tequila tasting. But folks, we're going to run out of time here in a little bit. We got to get out of here and move on. But I will say this to you right now. Coming in tomorrow, I'm going to plug it one more time. If you're a Missouri fan, you're from the state of Missouri, this is the spot, okay? This is the Show Me Sports restaurant and bar, everything right here at Brashear's Smokehouse, 32nd Street and Indian School, right across the bottom of the screen itself. And tomorrow is a big day. Chiefs fans, you're going to love this again. Starting at 3 p.m. itself. Chief players, a meet and greet with former Chief players. Stephon Page is the host of it, and bringing along other Chief players and meet and greet. And then you're going to watch the Missouri basketball after all that's said and done. But then you're going to have a chance to eat on the patio or inside here and watch some sports on Saturday. But on Sunday, they're going to have their Super Bowl watch party, too. So it's welcome to all fans, obviously, but it's definitely going to have a vibe of Missouri, Kansas City style here. And this is great Kansas City barbecue, right? And, again, I have a ton of food here I got to eat. But I highly recommend it. I had a good time. Definitely great energy. Good environment here, but great food itself. Stephon Page, Leonard Griffin, Sherman Cockrop is one of the three that are going to show up. Christian Okoye may be here too. Remember Christian Okoye, Nigerian Nightmare? All right. They haven't got it confirmed, but he wants to be here. They're all busy doing all their Super Bowl stuff, but they're going to try to make it over here. That'll be awesome to get a photo with Christian. That guy's a massive guy. Where did he go to school at? Azusa Pacific. That's right, near Pasadena. That's where he is. Went to college at. Think about that. And he made it to the NFL and was a monster of a football player. All right, so 3222 East Indian School Road, Fraser's Smokehouse. Get out here tomorrow by 3 o'clock. Hang out. Meet some former Kansas City Chief players itself. I won't be here, but I'm going to enjoy it tonight. Got a busy Super Bowl weekend itself ahead of us, but I encourage you to come on out and have a good time, folks. I'm going to get out of here. Also, I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back next week. We're going to talk more about what happened in the Super Bowl, but then we're going to start focusing on the Phoenix Suns, right? The spring training and the Diamondbacks, and what they have done and all the expectation that's going on with the Diamondbacks and the baseball classics coming up in March. We're like halfway through February, so spring training starts next week. Pitchers and catchers from a lot of the teams, and then it starts to happen. And, we're finishing up the Phoenix Open, the Super Bowl, right? Then we got the Baseball Classic. We just had the car show. It's just rocking and rolling in the Valley of the Sun when it comes to all these sporting events. And it's been a lot of fun. All right, let's get out of here, folks. Cornelius, Brad, Hanna, Global Sports Broadcasting Network. See you next week. All right, guys. I'm going to eat.